Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Object 907. It's a Tier 10 Soviet Premium Reward Medium. Okay, and it's located on the north spawn of Cliff under the command of FiliPer1n0. And this is a 3 replay video. Yep, 3 games with the Object 907. Well, it's a reward tank. As I said, you can only get this if you're actually quite hot, because it's one of those ones that's given to the top players in Clan Wars, I believe. So very few people have them, and if you do have one, you tend to be rather good. It's got a 100mm gun capable of 320 alpha, and the reload time standard is 6.23 seconds. Oh, we just took a massive hit there on the VZ. Pumps one back though, and FiliPer1n0's got a reload time of 4.87 seconds, so it's quite quick. Tries to track him. In fact, I think he was trying to get a pen and a track at the same time. Yeah, I think he's going to leave this one to the A phase 1 or use his position. There you go. Oh, that's even better. And I think he's getting damage assist now. He's getting actual damage, and yes, he's got a fair bit of damage assist. Now, that one didn't do anything, but I think that guy's all goner, the Viz. Okay, FiliPer1n0 I think is going to take the kill shot off him. Oh, big hit. Well, he gets the Viz, but he took a big hit from that 152mm gun on the 60 TP. So yeah, he's lost over, well, nearly 2/3 of his hit points. Not quite, but close. But he's still playing very, very aggressively. Now, what's unusual about this medium tank is it's got a kind of boat-shaped hull. And it was designed to be a kind of improvement to the T-54. So it was a new development altogether. They started work on it in 1954. And the project was cancelled due to the complexity of the vehicle, and it was cancelled in July of 1963. So they worked on it for 9 years before they actually finally gave up and said, nope, this is not going to work, it's just too complex. Trying to get a shot into the E75. I think he tried to aim for the top, but he went for the turret instead. We see 114 having a quick look, and I think he's decided now he's going to move over. Might take one in the side. No, he's lucky because they weren't looking around this corner. Now, armour-wise, it's only got 110mm at the front of the hull, 100 at the sides, and 45 at the rear. But that unusual shaped hull does give it a lot of power to deflect shots. And yet, tracked the Emil 2. Now he's spotted a T62A. Pumps one into that. And another one. The front of the turret is 228mm, so it's a lot stronger on the turret at the front. 180 at the sides of the turret as well. Can't seem to get a shot through the Object 430U. That's better. And now he's got problems because his teammates are getting in the way, but he's still pumping rounds into the turret of the 430U in the rear. And another one, and he's now one shot, so I think he'll go this game. Where's that T-62? Oh, there he is. And there's the kill shot. Okay, we've got a 121B over in the sniper's nest. Oh, fire! He got the engine. And he set him alight, and he's still going. And yes, he got a huge amount from the fire. 689. Spotted a T95 Doom Turtle, who's turning to face him. And that one went through the cupola. It's good accuracy on this tank. It's got the 3rd highest DPM of the medium tanks, so it is quite effective at pumping out the fire on the enemy. And of course, the way that hull's shaped, it makes it very difficult for enemy tanks to get shells into him. Yep, he's now trolling that E75. He's got a happy bunny and now he's out the game. There's the 60 TP. The guy who put a huge amount of hurt into him. Pumps one through the drive wheel at the rear, but he fixes his tracks. And there's another one. That means he's now tracked permanently. Oh, no, he fixed it again. He must have had 2 repair kits. And there goes the 60 TP. There's only one enemy left. It's the T30. He's hiding behind this rock. And he's platooned with somebody because he's got at least 3 kills. And here comes the T30. Hello! He's up on his side trying to, I don't know, trying to get gun depression. No, you don't need gun depression with a T30. I think he's just a poor player. And that's it. Game over. Pretty amazing battle. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for FiliPer1n0 in the Object 907. He got a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage, a bruiser for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 17. He got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, as well as a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly, and a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle. He got a few battle hero medals in this one as well. He got tanker sniper for doing the most damage at a distance of 300 meters or more. A brothers in arms because he platooned with somebody who had at least 3 kills, and also a confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And yes, this is a very versatile tank, as well as a high caliber for dealing out the most damage in the game overall. We look at tank team score, we can see he's right at the top of the table when damage, with 7,743 streets above the others. The next highest scorer being the AMX50 Foch B with 4,068, followed by the IS4 with 3,428. When it came to kills, he had the highest number with 4. 3 kills went to the IS4, 2 kills went to the Centurion. I think it's the Action 10, isn't it? No, it's the Mark 7 1, the Tier 9 one. And 2 kills went to the T49, and 2 members of the enemy team got kills. The T30, who I think at the end of that game had just given up, and the Emil 2, who also got 2 kills. When it came to base XP, yeah, he's got that one as well. So he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,578 went to FiliPer1n0, 1,026 went to the AMX50 Foch, and 953 went to the IS4. FiliPer1n0 fired 32 rounds in that game, got 29 direct hits on the enemy, 25 penetrations. Damage of 7,743, of which 3,302 were at more than 300 meters. 4 hits received from the enemy, 2 penetrations, 2 non-penetrations. Yeah, he did deflect a couple of shots, but he did get hit by that big round from the 60 TP, stripped away quite a lot of his health. So yeah, that wasn't very nice. And of course, he took a round from the Viz 55, and that was the heat round. 490 hit points, damage blocked by armor, 5 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 4 killed, 3,778 hit points of spotting assist. He earned 74,499 credits from the game, got 33,525 for battle payments and 65,000 for completing a mission. So a grand total of 210,274 credits. But after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he actually made a profit of 78,765, even though he used a fair bit of heat ammo in that game. Yes, he racked up a fair amount of the premium, but then he was getting the results with that ammunition. 1,578 XP times 2 for the first victory, 118 for this being a premium vehicle. Because it's a giveaway one, reward tank, you actually get less XP than you do from a one that you've actually purchased. So therefore, not so much on the extra XP, but he did take away 4,852 altogether. So, covering our new feature, which I think some of you actually enjoy, because it's something you don't see on some of the other content creators, is the armor profile of these vehicles, as well as the module profile. Looking at the armor, you can see that boat shape right away. It does look like a boat, doesn't it? Yeah, it's got connections there to the bogies, but it does look like a boat. And you can see at the sides that it's so well rounded that rounds can actually ricochet off the hull and into the ground. And that's one of its features which they were trying to promote when they were designing it. The upper plate armor, you can see there, if I look straight on, it's still very, very, very strong. And I did say that the armor on the front of the hull is 110, where it depends where you actually look to see that 110, but you can see it is very strong with the angle. So the effective armor on this one is very strong indeed. So even if an enemy tank does fire a round at it, it's a fair chance it might actually bounce off, and that's why they tend to fire heat at this thing to make sure that the round does go through. The front of the turret as well, very strong indeed. Look at that, nearly 300 millimeters at certain angles, and yeah, that's going to be very difficult to pen. Even the cupola is very strong, very tough looking at this from this angle, but you can see the roof of the turret is actually slightly easier to pen. So if I was in an enemy tank, I'd probably be looking to try and put a round through the roof like you would with an IS-3. If you can take it in the side, yeah, it's a lot easier to do, because then it's very thin armor there. Sides of the turret is a bit strong still, and even the cupola is still very, very strong on this one. And of course the rear is very weak indeed, with only what, 40 millimeters, 46 millimeters there. Engine deck's a little bit better, but it's bent angle, and you can see the rear of the turret. You could probably pen that, but it's a very tough tank from the front, which makes this a very formidable opponent. And remember, it's a medium, so it's got a fairly good top speed of 55 kilometers an hour, which means he can get behind you, and if he's behind you, he's causing no end of havoc. And even if you turn the gun to face him, he's probably going to put his strongest armor on you and make it very difficult. Let's have a look at the modules. Well, if I bring the modules up, you can see that the driver is sitting on his own up front, right in the center of the vehicle, with his ports directly in front of him. He's got fuel tanks either side of him, so yeah, if you aim for the front and you actually do manage to get through that upper plate, and it's be difficult if you do, but you can see he could actually drench the driver in fuel, which won't be a particularly good day for him. We've got the gunner right next door to the gun on the right hand side of the tank as you're looking at it, with the TC sitting directly behind him, looking up through that high cupola, and the radio just behind him in the bustle. And the funny thing is that the loader is actually on the side that you would normally see the commander of vehicles. So very odd that they put the loader over that side. The ready rack, the ammo racks rather, they're on both sides of the vehicle. There's none in the actual turret, so the loader is having to pull the rounds out of these bottom racks, which are actually beneath in the main body of the tank. So trying to get at the ammo rack on this thing is difficult, because of course, although the sides of the vehicle are fairly weak, you'd have to aim for just at the rear of the bustle, where the bustle of the turret is. Just aim there and you should be able to hit the ammo rack. It is an ammo rack that goes straight through the vehicle. I think if you can see that, there's a little one in the middle and the two on the sides, and I think the ones on the sides are the ready rack, and the one down at the bottom is the main store. At the back, we've got the engine in the middle with the transmission down below. Fuel tanks either side on the wings, as with many other tanks. So yeah, if you want to get an ammo rack, you've got to aim just underneath the bustle of the tank when you side onto it. If you want to get an engine fire, aim for either the top or below, and you should be able to get the same. But remember, that's well angled, because if I go this way, you can see it's still got the boat shape. It's just a little easier to pen from the rear, and yes, this is the area you want to go for to try and get either an explosion or a fire. Anyway, we've got another game coming up for you. FiliPer1n0 again in the 907. Let's see how he performs in that one. And in the next battle, FiliPer1n0 is on the assault team on Ghost Town. So now you get to see what a 907 can do in the assault. 2 marks on the barrel. Now remember where those features are. Ammo rack just underneath the rear bustle of the turret, and the fuel tanks are at the back on the high side, either side, and of course fuel tanks directly next to the driver who's up front, which can't be very pleasant for him, because he'll get a very fiery end if they get punctured and he gets drenched. Okay, well, he's going right up front to see if anybody's turned up in the usual position. We've been spotted. Ouch. E75TS puts one into a Samur, but he took another round from the Wizzy 1 FiliPer1n0, the new reward tank that came out recently. Tried to get through the hull of that T-32, didn't get it. Pulled back. Yeah. E75's come around the corner. Remember, he is a lurver, so lower plate to try and take him out. And we've got some more friends, and let's try and get... Oh, the 430's not being very friendly. Forming a line. Here we go. That's who actually track him. Oh! Well, he didn't actually hit his teammate there. It would have been inconvenient if he had, because he would have disqualified him from getting a high caliber. It's not... It's actually fairly difficult to get hold of one of these 907s. You have to be in the top 11,000 on EU in the Clan Wars. So it's a little easier, I think, to get a 907 if you're on the NA server or the Asian one. But of course you have to do it in Clan Wars. Hello, Mr. E75. Nice, got him just as he was pulling back, and he's tracked. And he's still tracked, and now he's feeling it, and he's tracked again, and he can only get us in the track this time, and now he's gone. So who's next? And just poking around the corner. Now the Samurais around the side of that building. The mile breaker comes into view, pumps one through his turret. The T-32's on this side. Oh, almost got our friend. Goes for the lower plate of the T-32, pulls back behind his teammate to actually avoid getting hit, and pumps another one in. Kill shot. Will he get it? Go for it. Yes! Okay, so he's got his first kill, and he was thinking about it there. He's trying to work out, is he on the lower plate or the upper plate? Okay, that's it. Got him. So second kill on a 113. There's another enemy just around the corner. It's the Wizzy 114. He's a one shot, I think. Is he? No, two shot. He's a two shot. And there's the kill. Okay, who's next? Okay, we've got a Conqueror. We might be able to get him from here. We're side on to him at the moment. Trying to get a shot in. Yes, got the rear. Looked like he was trying to go for a fire. Somebody got a fire on him. The Conqueror's gone. And now we've got an E50, side on, go for the engine bay, and he got it. He got a fire, and the E50 is down, taken out by the 430. Ooh, that was a miss. And he pumped one in through our side. It was an AP round, not a heat round, but he managed to punch one through E50M. Tried. Okay, I chase after that E50 now. Remember, this is a 10-minute game. We've got 5 minutes left. Well, 5 and a bit. Went through the rear of the Type 5 Heavy. Type 5's not even paying attention to us. Yeah, that teammate actually almost drove in front of us. That would have been a bit of inconvenience. Okay, he's using his medium skills to get across and try and get at the enemy at the back. There's no Arty in this game, obviously. Ooh, bounced around from the EBR, but took one in the tracks. That boat-shaped hull helping him again. EBR's a one-shot. Tried to get round, but the gun lifted up because he went over a bank there. Gun depression's not so great. It's only 5 degrees. And he's bounced another round, this time from a Leopard. A Leopard prototype, I should say. And there's E50. Okay, he did take that round, and that was a APCR. So he's using premium. Tried to go for the Amarak. 314. Got another one in. 348. It's a high roll. The E50 is a one shot. Go for it. And he gets the kill. So that's his 5th kill of the game. Go for a top gun. Type 5 Heavy side onto him and doesn't really seem to be paying attention. That one penned. He's now using up his heat rounds because he's run out of APCR standard. Trying to get round through. Goes for the turret. Gets that one in. Is he a one-shot? No, he's a two-shot. No, he was close to a one-shot. He's no one-shot now. This is for a top gun. Yes! Okay, Leopard prototype over there knows we're here. I don't think he can see us. Accurate one. Went through the turret, but low roll for 298. We've been spotted now. There must be somebody up there who saw us as we pulled out. There's only 2 enemies remaining, the EBR and the Leopard prototype. Okay, I think the EBR's up this direction. He's hiding behind the bushes. Yes, he is. There he is. Oh, we missed him. Normally it's very accurate, but it's on the move. Trying to get another shot. This is the last member of the enemy team. Oh, and he's gone. So no Radleys for FiliPer1n0. But he did platoon at the end, and that means he has got something out of it. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was an ace tanker game for FiliPer1n0 in the Object 907. He got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one he got 13. Hand of God for surviving the battle and received damage from 4 different enemies. A duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him. A fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. In this one he got a whole basket full of rewards. He got a tanker sniper again, showing that this tank is very accurate at long range. Another brothers in arms for being in platoon with somebody else who managed to get at least 3 kills. A Confederate yet again for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else in his team, and because he blocked so many shots in this one he ended up with a steel wall for blocking the most damage, a high caliber for dealing the most damage, and of course the Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. If only he got those last 2 enemies he would have ended up with the Radleys, but yeah, despite the fact that he was doing most of the damage he just couldn't get them. But he did a huge amount of damage. You'll see that in the team score. 9,025 hit points. Oh my gum, he carried this team, because the next best person in his team was the Centurion Mark 7.1 who got 3,710. So it's not quite 3 times that guy's, but it's definitely double his score in terms of hit points. And the next high one after that was the Leopard 1 on his team with 3,169. When it came to kills, he had the highest number of those with 6. The next high scorer being the Object 277 with 4 kills, 2 kills to the Centurion, the Mark 7.1, and nobody on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, but they did get a few who got a kill in the game. When it came to base XP, he's got that one as well, so he's got the top in all 3 columns. 1,608 goes to FiliPer1n0, 1,094 goes to the Centurion, 926 went to the Object 430, so he was well ahead of the others. He was streets better than everyone else, and it's not just the tank. It is a good tank, but it does really depend on how good the player is, because you can be absolutely crap in the Object 279E, but in good hands, the 279E can be incredibly difficult to kill. The same with the 907. These are the 2 really big tanks when it comes to getting damage on the enemy and being almost indestructible. Let's have a look at detail. 40 shots fired in this game. You only get 45 rounds, so he only had 5 rounds left at the end. 36 direct hits and 31 penetrations. Damage of 9,025 hit points, of which 2,286 were at more than 300 meters. Remember, he got that tanker sniper, so he did the most damage at range as well. 13 hits received from the enemy, only 5 of which actually penetrated, but he did get 8 non-penetrations and 1,875 hit points of damage blocked by armor. 4 enemy vehicles spotted, 12 enemy vehicles damaged, 6 killed. So that means that there was only 3 enemy tanks that he didn't engage in that battle. 1,865 hit points of spotting assist as well. He earned 81,235 credits from this game, but he did use a huge amount of, he did use a reasonable amount of premium ammo, and as a consequence he actually ended up with high ammo costs. So after repair, ammunition, resupply and consumables, he actually took away a loss from this game of 55,899 credits, even though he did more damage than he did in the previous game. 1,608 XP, 121 for this being a premium vehicle, took away 2,533 experience points altogether. He said there was a pretty fast game, but it was actually. Remember, it's an assault game, so it only lasts 10 minutes long, but he ended the battle in just 6 minutes and 41 seconds. So, yeah, that was quick, and it's 90% of that was down to the fact that FiliPer1n0's 907 was carving up the enemy on damage, and he was he was getting assistance from some of his teammates in that game because they were taking the hits from those enemy tanks, and he was being very clever not to avoid the damage. But he did take a bit of damage, but he avoided as much damage as he could. Okay, so that's the end of the second battle. I did promise there's 3 replays in this one, so let's go straight away to the next game. In the last battle, he's on the north spawn of Erlenberg Assault. So he's on the defending team. Game on. Okay, looks like he's going to try and fight in the castle area, try and get shots into the enemies as they're moving up to engage our guys on this bank of the river. Okay, somebody in the castle, but it's Kunstpanzer. Gets his first hit, and it's a low roll. No, high roll, sorry. Only just. Didn't get that one. Ooh, and just as he was turning around, ow! Got hit by the Arty, the Batchat 155-55. But the Kunstpanzer hit him in the tracks, so he's pulling back from here, because if he's trying to engage that Kunstpanzer and Arty's firing in, that could be expensive. Now he's going around the corner, the gate's the other side. I think he was a bit worried about shooting at that position. He's gone back to the APCR. He's actually vulnerable to the left there. I don't think he knew that he was, but he may have been aware of it. And that's Arty. Yeah. Arty's definitely got a hard on for him. Now you can shoot across the river from here. Just poking. There you go. Goes for the bustle on the E75, which is where the ready rack is. Trying to go for the Jag Tiger. Gets a hit. Low roll though. Oh, E75 looking this way. Nice! He got around right through the side of the IS-2 too. And again, going for the ready rack. To the back of the turret. Yeah, I think he decided to disengage at that moment because there's a couple of enemy tanks short distance away. Ooh, Kunstpanzer managed to get one in. It was an APCR. It's firing premium. Yeah, looking, and he knows we fired. Remember, fast reload. And he got one in on the Kunstpanzer. Okay, so we've got an IS-7 and a 60 TP nearby. They haven't moved into a position where we can hit them yet, but I think they know that we're here. Yeah. Okay, Arty's focusing on that spot. It's good when you can see the warnings at low level. You know an Arty round's on the way. Oh, there's the Arty round, just went through. Still got to watch out for that Kunstpanzer. Inching his way out. No, can't see him. Oh, there's the E75. Rear of the turret. Nice. High roll, 359. Go for it again. Yep, 309 low roll this time, but he didn't get the ammo rack. Can he get enough shots? No. Oh, somebody's firing in this direction. It's the Kunstpanzer. There you are. Hello. Well, he tried to fire back at us, but he didn't hear us. Go for the front. Yes! Nice! So that's his first kill. And the Arty tried to get us, but we've moved, so He missed. Okay, just have a quick look. Oh, oh. One shot through the front of the turret. He took out the E75. But the IS-22 can see us, and that's bad because he can fire too, and he did. Thankfully, we got low rolls on both shots from the IS-22. At least I think it was low rolls, because he may have been firing the 100mm gun, not the 122. Okay, T-44 can make a mess of him. He's in a bit of an open position at the moment, but punches a hole through the T-44 with a high roll. 349. Hello, one through the wheel. No, got to watch out for that return shot. And he's coming this way. Oh, backed up and got caught. And again, tracked him. Oh, we bounced around that boat-shaped hull again. And he's got a long reload, this guy. So we'll probably get 2 shots into the 60 TP if FiliPer1n0 wanted to. No, he's not going to go for it. He's holding off. He's waiting for the 60 TP to pull forward to track him. Well, he fired it in, but it didn't go through. 60 TP now knows that he's safe there for the moment. He's going to try and track us, or try and hit us when we expose ourselves. Nice pirouette. Reverse side scraping. And thank you very much, because he's fired and he bounced around off the boat-shaped hull. We've now got a couple of free shots into his lower plates. That didn't pen. He'll get another one in. Yep, that went in. High roll, 354. He's now got 20%. That guy's going to be loaded now, so watch out. He's going to be waiting for it. Yes! And a high roll again, 356. He's now 1 shot. And he knows it. And that's it. End of game for the 60 TP. Nicely done. There, Arty has come up into the battlefield area, which is pretty amazing, but we've got the rear of an IS-7 now. He had to turn to us. Yeah, he can't afford to take us, because we put too much damage into him every second. So yeah, he does hit us with 1 big round, but we're now going to track him. And well, it didn't track him, but it did go through. So low roll for 305. Okay, the IS-7's pulled back. He knows full well that we are quite deadly. I think he's now going to be devoted to our IS-7, who's ahead of him. The IS-7's come out. The moment he starts engaging the IS-7, FiliPer1n0 can pop out and start shooting him in the rear. He's turning his turret now. Has he turned it the whole way? No, he's still looking in our direction. Notice how he's using that strategic view to actually see where the IS-7 is looking. And the IS-7 on our team takes the kill, which is very nice of him. Okay, 268 took a round with... Oh, pull back a bit. Can we get another shot? Yes. He's firing the heat now. He's run out of standard APCR. Gets another one in. There's still an Arty on the enemy team. It's a batch at 155.55. You can shoot through some of these windows if you know which one. 268's looking. He's fired, so he's got a long reload. That means 2 more rounds we can put into him. Thank you very much. Lower plate. Yep. He's a 1 shot. Go for it. Got the shoulders, and he's out the game. That's 4 kills now for FiliPer1n0. So he's got his fighter badge. Now, can he get a top gun? There's still 5 enemies out there, but we've only got 159. Remember, this is an assault game. He's a defender, not an assaulter. So they've got to capture the cap. The problem is there's 2 enemy tanks up the other end, and one of them's a Barask. That could be a problem. He might want to turn around and head back to protect his cap area. But I suppose what he's doing at the moment is actually looking for that enemy Arty, who I think is over the other corner. Waffenträger. He can easily punch this guy. He's got the HE loaded. Okay, he's marking the Waffenträger for his Arty. Progetto's coming in from behind him. If the Progetto hits him, he can actually hit the Waffenträger with the HE round. He'll do 420 alpha on that. Okay, turns around. Get ready. Is he looking our way? Takes the round, gets a high roll. Here he comes. And a kill shot! So that's 5 kills. He's one short of getting a top gun now, but the enemy's capping. So ideally he needs to get back to the other end of the map, and the quickest and the easiest way to do that is through the open. Problem is there's an E50M, or was an E50M, up on top of the hill. He's having a quick look. Progetto will actually tell us where he is. There he is. Oh, it's the Batjack. Go for it. Take it. This will be a top gun. Oh, Progetto takes the honours away from us. Okay, we need somebody to interrupt the cap. FiliPer1n0's got 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he might be on for another high caliber. I'm pretty certain he's got it, because look at that, 9,300 hit points. We're coming up to the clock and they can't cap out. And that's it. It's a victory. Here's the end of battle stats, and that was a first class tanker for FiliPer1n0 in the Object 907. Only a first class, considering he did 9,299 hit points of damage. Wow. Okay, he got a Hand of God for surviving the battle, having received damage from 4 different enemies, a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one he managed to get 8. He got a Fighter Badge for getting at least 4 kills. He would have had a Top Gun, but for the fact that Progetto didn't see that he was on 5 kills, and after he took his shot, the Progetto cleared and killed him. So, oh, so annoying that. But at least he got the Fighter Badge for getting at least 5 kills, which is 1/3 of the enemy team. He also got a 5 for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. And yes, he did get the high caliber because he easily did the most damage in that game overall. Let's have a look at team score and see where he is. Well, there you go, top of the table when it came to damage with 9,299. The next highest scorer was the IS-7 he came up against. That guy had 3,531. The next highest after that was their E50 Ausführung M with 2,575. The highest number of kills went to FiliPer1n0 with 5, so he's got that column. The next highest scorer only had 2, and that's shared by the IS-7 on his own team, the Scorpion, the Progettos, or no, one of the Progettos, and on the enemy team, their E50M, their Batchat, Barask, the IS-7, and their Object 268. When it came to base XP, yes, he got that one. So he's got the top in all 3 columns yet again. 1,386 went to FiliPer1n0. And just to look how far he is above the next highest scorer. The Progetto got 816 and the IS-7 757. So he was basically showing them how it was done and leading the way and carrying the team on his back. Brilliant game. Let's have a look at detail. 40 shots fired, 36 direct hits, 31 penetrations, damage of 9,299 hit points, of which 381 were at more than 300 meters. So this battle was much more close range in nature, but he chose a very unusual position to be in to actually get the damage on the enemy. And I think shooting through that gate and shooting up at the Kunstpanzer really worked well. 8 hits received from the enemy, but only 4 of them penned, 4 non-penetrations and 3 hits by way of splash as well from the enemy Arty. 2,030 hit points of damage blocked by armor, so it's a fair amount. 2 enemy vehicles spotted, 10 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and 672 hit points of damage assistance. He didn't get enough shots blocked or receive enough shots to actually get the steel wall in this one, because even though he did block a lot of damage, he needed to get 11 hits in order to block the most. He just didn't get it on this occasion. So 672 hit points of damage assistance. Oh, 10 vehicles engaged, 5 killed. And he earned 79,410 credits from the battle, 35,735 from battle payments, total of 154,850 altogether. And after repair, ammunition, respawn, and consumables took away a loss of 15,723 credits. But he did fire a fair amount of heat ammo near the end. But remember, he was using up the standard ammo, the standard APCR first. Before he actually hit the heat, and he was only using the heat when he absolutely needed to, such as when he was encountering and taking on that 60 TP. He needed the extra pen to make sure he could deal with that guy, and was using all the tactics under the book, including reverse side scraping, to try and take him down, and it worked very well. 1,386 XP times 2 for the first victory, 4,159 from personal missions payout, and 104 because this is a premium vehicle. Took away 8,421 experience points altogether. He said he didn't see it was only 30 seconds left. He would have gone in. Yeah, unfortunately, but the thing was, it was an assault game, so he didn't need to be back at the cap. I was saying he probably needed to go back just in case the enemy had actually put 2 or 3 in the cap at the same time to try and cap out as quickly as they could. And we only have one defender up there. I think it was an ELC Evan 90 at that particular point in the battle. If they had managed to get all 3 into the cap, that could have been difficult. But no, he decided to stick around at the bottom end because, of course, he could see that that Waffenträger was there. And, of course, I think he felt that he could get that Arty. The Batchat 155-55 on the enemy team did make a move to go towards the cap to try and help his team out. It's just he got caught in the open, and it was very unfortunate that Progetto chose to actually take the kill there rather than leave it for FiliPer1n0 to get his top gun. But there you go, that sometimes happens. I hope you enjoyed those battles. The Object 907 is quite an interesting tank. As I say, it's a bit of a terror. If you see one of these on the battlefield, if you're in an Arty, try and get rid of it as quickly as you can. If you can't get rid of it, then he is going to terrorize your teammates. But of course, it does require a very good player to get the best out of this. And FiliPer1n0 was certainly getting the best out of this tank, I think you'll agree. So if you enjoyed those replays, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.